Hey guys, welcome back. If these 10 things bother you, avoid moving to Williamson County.
So number one, we're going to talk about education. So there are some of the top schools in Williamson County, if you may or may not have heard. So if you don't value education, I would avoid moving here. But if you do, it's a really great place to be, and it's a great place for your kids to be educated and to get all their training.
Yep, public schools are one of the top rated in the state in Williamson County. So no private schools that you'd have to be paying for.
It's true.
And the taxes aren't too bad either. Number two, if you like the hustle and bustle of Broadway, maybe stick to Davidson. Williamson County's a little more slow-paced, a little more family-oriented, a little lacking tourism, if you will.
I see a lot of people coming here that are a lot of families especially, and they're not looking for that tourist life.
For sure.
They're looking more just to raise their family in a really safe environment that feels safe to them at least. And it's a really great area. So yeah, Williamson County is not really known for the tourism. All right, number three is the weather. So one of the top things is that I hear from especially Californians coming here, but just all over the country, but especially out west, is they love the greenery. And the greenery comes because we have a lot of rain. It's not, I wouldn't say too much, but we've had a string lately of just really sunny blue skies. But because of the rain we have really green conditions and really lush, beautiful grass, beautiful trees, all the things. And I hear about that a lot from Californians that are coming here, especially. They can't believe how green and lush it is. So, but if you don't like that kind of weather, you don't like that kind of atmosphere, maybe Williamson County in this area isn't the place for you.
Yep, a little more concrete jungle again in Davidson.
True.
Number four is walkability. If you're looking for that city feel, Williamson County might not be for you.
Yeah, again, it's more rural and farm country, and people come to Williamson County because they want that feel. They want to get away from the hustle and the bustle, and they want to feel that they can kind of escape from the world around them for a minute. So, but what we do have are lots of walking trails. We have biking trails. You can walk just through lots of farmland. There's just lots of areas to walk, but it's not that really city feel. So if you're looking for that, maybe stick to Davidson County. But if you're looking for more of that rural feel where you can get away and escape the world for a minute, then Williamson County might be your cup of tea. All right, number five is construction. So one thing that we're seeing here is because we've had so much growth so quickly in the last 3 years, especially, it's been incredible that construction is happening quite frequently. And the reason for that is they're trying to keep up with all the growth in the area. And so they're trying to be as proactive as possible to stay ahead of all the people the influx of people that are coming in. So if that's not your cup of tea and you want to just stay like you are, then maybe Williamson County isn't for you. But if you want to be in an area that's constantly growing and changing and keeping up with the demand, then welcome to Williamson County. I think you'll love it.
So number six, just to go along with number five, are the roads. We are trying to keep up with the demand that we were talking about with all the construction with the roads. We are seeing so many new drivers on these roads that they almost can't keep up with the potholes and the size. They have to expand the roads immensely at this point.
In addition to that, we have a lot of people I've seen coming from larger cities trying to adjust to our country roads, and it is quite hilarious. So, again, because Williamson County has a lot of rural farmland, you have the country roads to go with it. And forgive me for laughing, but it's a little comical to see people used to driving on big city roads, driving on our country roads.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. Number seven is traffic. So we're not just rural roads in Williamson. We do have to eventually get to the city, especially if you work there.
Yeah.
Think of the commute, trying to get everybody in Williamson County onto the same highway at the same time in the morning to get into Davidson. It's rough and it backs up pretty hard.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think one thing to note about Williamson County is just the vast size of it. If you ever go look at a map, you would not believe, Williamson County is huge. It encompasses a lot of different suburbs and areas. And so all those areas, again, are all trying to get on the interstate at the same time this morning, or freeway, whatever y'all call it, where you're at, the freeway, whatever it is to you. We have people getting from the country roads onto the interstate here all at the same time, same place, and it gets a little congested. So be prepared for that. All right, number 8 are the bugs. I know it's very interesting just to focus on that, but bugs are really an issue here. And when my family and I moved from Colorado to Tennessee 8 years ago, that was one thing we had to get used to was all the mosquitoes. Can we just start with the mosquitoes? I actually posted something on my social media last night that said my favorite time of fall is when mosquitoes go to hell. Excuse my language, but it's true because the mosquitoes here can be a pretty big deal.
For sure.
Do you have problems with The welts?
My problems more so are the flies.
Oh, okay.
I come from South Florida, and mosquitoes I'm used to, but flies we really didn't have to deal with. And every time I open my door, flies come in.
What is that?
Home. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You got the whole world, and you decide to come into my house.
They like your house.
Apparently.
They want to be there with you.
Which I don't
also,
think that says
the
anything
spiders.
good.
Have you noticed the spiders too?
Yep.
We have a plethora of spiders. In fact, my husband just got bit by a spider last weekend. That is one thing you do have to adjust to, but I'm happy to say there's ways around it. Like I see a lot of people when I help them buy properties, they like to screen in their back porches. That's a great way to be able to sit outside in the evenings, but avoid the mosquitoes. So although we're telling you all these things about bugs, there's a lot of things that we have discovered, ways that you can handle them and ways that you can treat them.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a pest control company that comes and helps me out every month.
We do too. Yeah, it makes a difference. All right, number 9, we're going to talk about food. So what I've discovered in the South, Ryan, is that they're all about their fried food here. Now, maybe if you eat that twice a week or something like that, you're good. But to eat it every day for every meal is so excessive. But my family and I discovered when we moved here 8 years ago from Colorado that there is a heck of a lot of fried food.
And they'll fry everything. They'll fry
They sure
anything.
will.
Green tomatoes, Oreos,
You name it, they fry
Twinkies. It will be in the frying. What is it called? Frying.
Breaded? Fried? I don't know.
What is the thing called? The fryer?
The fryer.
It'll be dipped in the fryer.
It's
Everything that can be fried gets thrown in the fryer.
literally is so crazy. But one thing that's been encouraging to me is that in the last 3 years with this huge, again, influx of people coming in from all over the country, is that they are bringing with them their healthier choices.
Yes.
So I'm encouraged to see that you can now go out and about and there's a little bit of healthier options than there used to be. And I think Southerners have had to adjust to the thought of these sushi restaurants popping up and, name any other healthy food, these salad bars, things like that. But they're getting used to it. And I hope as an area in Tennessee, we're all getting a little bit healthier here in Williamson County.
Yeah, as far as the food goes too, you have a decent selection, I think, in Williamson. Not quite like the city where you can literally get anything and everything under the sun.
Yeah.
But they are it's a wide array of food choices. And they're actually really good at allergies too.
Yes.
My nephew is severely allergic to casein, which is a protein in milk, and eggs and some tree nuts. And every time that they come over to the table, they immediately ask, any allergies? So
I've noticed that too. I have to eat gluten-free and dairy-free as well. And it's encouraging to see the menu options that are now popping up that kind of cater to that. Or they can accommodate, if you have certain allergy requests or whatever. So I'm like, bring it. We need more of that here in this area.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty awesome. All right, so number 10, we're going to talk about lack of nightlife here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a real thing because I remember when I came to visit the Cool Springs area, which is a little retail area inside of Franklin, for example, inside of Williamson County. I remember going and looking for some food one night at 9 o'clock at night, and I couldn't find hardly anything but maybe a couple of Mexican restaurants.
Yeah, or
and
McDonald's.
So it gets really quiet here. Williamson County is not about nightlife. I feel like, again, it's about families and it's about, raising your family in this really safe area. But they're not really valuing that nightclub life that maybe you would picture. So I would say you'd probably want to save that for Davidson County or downtown Nashville if you're looking for something like that.
Yeah, luckily it's a pretty quick drive in to the city, especially after all the traffic has died down.
Right.
It's maybe 25 minutes into downtown itself. But again, back to that nightlife, there's really no cocktail bars. I know of one, and I think it closes at 12, and that's on a Saturday. So that's the wild night out that you're going to have in Nolensville. So,
and there's a wine bar. I just remember that's newer. I don't know how late it's open, but there's a wine bar in Franklin that you could check out as well. But overall, people just value, I guess they go to bed early at night. They're like, have a glass of wine in your house, I guess.
Yep.
Go hang out at your friend's house. But it's pretty quiet for nightlife in Williamson County. But if you have a family and you value just that safety and that stability and all the things in Williamson County, it will be perfect for you.
It's the place to be.
Yes.
Before we continue, I just want to remind you that Elizabeth and I are both realtors in the Middle Tennessee area and would love to help you out. If you just look in the description below, it has all of our information, phone numbers, emails, whatever it takes to reach out and get to us. It's there, so go ahead and take a look.